Another quick video. We got a bunch of lighting in here because it's we still have our Christmas stuff up, but it's really cool actually. It's really weird. Today I don't know. This is a feeling. I think I felt it before. I'm not sure because back in July or August I had similar feelings to this, but this is like um really profound of really understanding where you can't even put it really into words. I'm doing a video, so I could try to put this into words, but um, expect the unexpected. And I'm going to talk in a more God and religious-y way just for sake of conversation, but I think there's a lot of things to it, but God works in these mysterious ways, but especially in unexpected ways, because if you expecting something like a lot of people were expecting, like January 6th, there was a process which the whole government is toxic. So I don't know why we were expecting anything to change from a process that's toxic, corrupt, all the above or below, really. Um, but there was this high expectation, and I will tell you from personal experience that God does not uh, go with your expectations because expectations are from the ego and from the fear. And I just kind of I remember, I guess part of it is, I remember how 2016 went down. And I remember Trump winning was the unexpected, and it totally blindsided me. Then again, yeah, it was a process. It was it was part of that toxic system, and it still happened. But I think I said this in the video a few times ago. I don't think Trump was supposed to win. I don't know what put him there, what went behind the scenes, but he wasn't meant to be the president. Knowing how there is this theory for me that, like, okay, he was allowed to be the president to start a civil war down the road. But today, I don't think that Trump it was doing that. I think whatever put him there, um, could have been one, it could have been a series of events that happened in the background. Because when you don't know something, anything is possible. And we have to concede ourselves that we are mere humans and things can just happen. And I would say you can't necessarily find that inner connection with your soul or with God. Like right now, it feels higher than my higher self. There is this knowing going on in my head and in my heart. I can feel like this like energy, this connection that I just wanted to share so that people that were expecting some changes, big changes and stuff to go down, it can happen in many ways. It does not have to happen. And it's probably for the best. It's probably for the best that whatever is going to happen is going to be godly and happen a way that not even a human can comprehend. And want to we want to feel that, and we want that to happen because we know, I know as the ego, it does not work. The ego in the driver's seat that wants stuff done, it does not work. Okay, so I'm telling you this on the in the micro in my life, but also on the macro, on the collective level. I do so within, so without, and I do believe that it's the same vibrations and energies. Um, so that's what I wanted to share. Is that's what I feel right now. Is something's happening. I don't know what, but we are protected, and it might come down to, it could even, it could be Biden being president, it could be Kamala being president, it could be whatever. And I think that the key thing is for us who identify especially as empaths, everyone has the potential to be an empath. It's just a matter of time of when you awaken to that. Our role, it's not it is not to work in the physical. It is not to necessarily protest. I'm not saying don't go out and protest or do any of that. I know for me, it's not been about that, because as I've gone inward, I get that connection with God. And I think that the more people that awaken within and have that connection with their soul, their God, the higher self, what have you, that brings that in. And I think what brought Trump in was that, personally, on the micro level in my life, I made the decision. I was so scared not to vote for Hillary. I felt like at that time I aligned more with what the Democrats viewed, and I was so scared of Trump. They really did instill that fear in me, and I faced my fear. If you want to call it a test from God, the other side, again, what have you. See, this is why I just say God right now, because you could just name it whatever. Other side, higher self, spirit, soul. But I think if you just want to say, if it was a test on my level, it was facing a big fear. And I said I would rather possibly spite my nose, or was it bite my nose to spite my face, or whatever that saying is. I would rather spite myself for the greater good, and I faced a fear, and that set us into a trajectory where Trump somehow miraculously got in. And I really don't think, with the amount of brute force that they attacked Trump insanely, and also in the most ridiculous ways that were obviously fake motives to bring him down. He wasn't meant to be president. Something went wrong, I don't know, but it was something godly. And I don't want to say, because a lot of things get so tied up with Republicans and how religious in God, and they just sort of they think that Trump, and it's not that Trump is the connection with God. It is, Trump is the unwitting asset, not of Russia, but of God. Trump is not necessarily this godly figure in himself, but he's being used as a pawn from God, as it is. And maybe I think Trump knows that. I think that's why in my last video I said he didn't really concede. He still left that opening. He did not concede. He left that opening for people to have that hope and that faith. And that is all that really matters. So again, as an empath, we don't necessarily have to work in the physical. We work in the physical by as much as possible bringing that godliness, or that wholesome wholeness or soul, and it will pour out from us, and it will impact everything. We act so naturally, and we don't even have to think about it. We don't have to think about our actions. We just do. So I just wanted to, when you're getting frustrated that things are not working out in your life physically, it's not a time to keep scrapping on to whatever's around you and trying to put the best face forward or whatever, saying, and trudge on. It's about listening to yourself, being in a state of allowing, in a state of meditation, a state of self-love and preservation. And you can go on and on about these inner type of reflective feelings, and it will come to you. You can still, I watched some other people, and it just, what they were saying really spoke to me. And so I just wanted to speak to you about what I believe. So, all right.